Hello again. So, as I told you in the very beginning, the very first video, Fama, the farm, had been in the family for a long, long time. Generations, hundreds of years. Well, at the end of the 1800s, okay, that's about 150 years ago, that's a really long time ago, there was a civil war in Chile, okay? Much like in the States, right? In the United States, there was a civil war between North and South. In Chile, we had a civil war too. It wasn't North versus South, it was people who disagreed about politics. And back then, the farm was, of course, in our family's hands. And my ancestors, now your ancestors, liked one of the sides of the Civil War, okay, and they were on their side and didn't like the other guys. Well, unfortunately, the other guys were winning. So the people, the armies, the soldiers that we liked, and not we, I wasn't there, but you know what I mean, wanted to help out the side that was losing because it was the side they liked. And they were retreating, okay, because they were losing. They were running away, and they needed a place to stay. So at one point, this entire army, okay, thousands of soldiers, went to the farm for safety, to, rest, cure their injured soldiers, get food, get water, get a little better, and hide out from the other guys who were chasing them. And they stayed there, I don't know for how long, but it was a long time. It was a few weeks, perhaps more than 1 month. And then, of course, they left because they couldn't stay there forever. But they left a few things behind, okay? Now, you remember that I told you that the things that I liked to do as a kid in Santiago, in the big city, was playing soccer and riding my bike. And I couldn't do either one of those things in Pama. And I felt bad because those were the two things that I was good at. And my cousins were not good at those things. They were good at many country things that I was terrible at. Remember the donkey, after all. And I felt bad because they thought I was kind of a loser. I mean, my God, I couldn't do anything right. And a little bit after the donkey incident and the birthday poop thing, I started wandering out a little bit more, slowly, but going further out. And back then, soccer balls, you know how soccer balls are now, right? They have like these little squares, and there's one black and one white and so on, right? It's like a checkered pattern. Well, back then they weren't like that. They were all kind of an ugly brown, kind of an ugly gray, a single color, okay? And I'm exploring with my cousins, and suddenly I see a soccer ball. It's this round thing. This is a perfect sphere. And it's got that ugly grayish brown thing. And I think, well, this is my chance to show them that I can do things that they cannot. I am actually good at things, at things that are cool, like kicking a soccer ball, and they don't know how to do it, but I do. So I see this ball, and I am all happy. And I told them, hey, you guys, look at this. And I get a running start, and I get to that ball, and I kick it as hard as I can so it'll go very far. It'll be a fancy kick, and the ball will just be glorious, and they'll think I'm just, oh man, that guy was kind of cool after all. But unfortunately, it wasn't a soccer ball. It was a cannonball that had been left behind by this retreating army that stayed there. Well, you can imagine how your foot feels after you have kicked very hard a cannonball. So instead of being my moment of glory, it was another stupid injury. First, I hurt my head with the donkey, and then I hurt my toe with the with the cannonball. Okay, that's it. I'm going to try to tell you something for the next story that I actually did well, but I'll have to think about this very hard because my talents were not farm talents. Love you all. I absolutely adored seeing you, Lou, read that Frog and Toad book. Monica, you know this. We loved that series of books. Please post something that Dylan has done, so I can enjoy that too. Okay, ciao.